Hello, very good day everybody, and welcome to another video. This is your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I will be your captain for today's flight. And today's flight will take us back to the VATSIM network. It is not going to be a super busy network, I guess. It's just a short flight in the United States from Nashville to Indianapolis. Both stations are currently manned, or humaned, if you want. And so they're both online. It's not very busy, but you know, small steps. And we will be using real-world time and real-world weather. We're flying the PMDG Boeing 737-600 today with the Southwest Airlines livery for a short hop to Indianapolis. Real-world time, real-world weather. We got GSX running, and also we got the Aerosoft. Damn, that was loud. Let's see what's going on here. ACARS. Getting an ACARS message. Callsign. Equipment. Departure. Destination. Route. Let's see. KRSTA 3. Altitude 290. Squawk 0766. Remarks cleared. KRSTA 3 departure. Maintain 4,000 feet. Expect 290 in 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency offline. Okay. Man, that was seriously loud. Oh my god. Alright. Let's get the splash screen out of the way. There we are. And I'm not sure if the Volanta overlay is going to work fully. I had some problem with the Volanta, so let's just see how this is going to go. Maybe it will work, maybe it will not. There is a link in the chat, but that might also be a dead link by now. But it doesn't matter, as long as we're here and we're having some fun, that should all be okay. Alright, so let's hop on in. So we're parked here at one of the gates, the Nashville airport. See if I can get my controller back to working. There we are. Look at that, it's our cute little chubby girl, 737-600 by PMDG with Southwest Airlines livery. Instead of the pilots doing a walk around, we just do a little fly around, just to marvel a little bit at all this heavy metal, all compressed into a very cute and tiny little chubby airplane. So the parking job, I don't know why it spawned in like this, but I don't know. We're keeping it. What do you think? So we did get a taxi, or actually we did get a clearance. Let me read that again, now that things are slightly less loud and hectic. Let me go to the V-Pilot. So there's the ACARS, PDC, Callsign, Southwest 812, equipment 737-600, departure, Kilo Bravo November Alpha, destination, Kilo India November Delta, route, KRSTA 3 KRSTA, a very short route. Altitude 290, squawk 0766, so that's what we'll need, 0766. And then we have cleared for the KRSTA 3 departure. Maintain 4,000 feet, so I think that's initial climb, 4,000 feet. Expect 290 5 minutes after departure. 290 5. Just noting this stuff down. Alright, let's get this birdie up and running. Looks like we have, well, just carry on. Batteries on. Alright, navigational system. Get some lights going. Overhead lights, but they will not work until we turn on the ground power. So that's turned on. Logo lights, anti-collision lights as well. I think I can turn down the sound here on my end. So I must say that's a procedure I'm not very familiar with, flying a lot in Europe. So that you'll get this ACARS message just thrown at you, like, hey man, you're cleared to fly. I believe it's something that to an extent happens in real life as well. I'm not totally sure. Right, so the aircraft is powering up. Let's get our flight plan. So request data from SimBrief. And let's also get our GSX and we'll just start the boarding process. I'm thinking the boarding might finish before we do.
Boarding requested.
Not a very small, not a very big airplane. So we have our departure weather here. 5 knots. So just to quickly set everything up, our little office for today. So squawking 0766.
Do you want to board crew?
I would like to board both
Pilot's
crew and
boarding
pilots,
starting.
please. So let's put up the guard frequency 121.5.
Crew boarding starting.
But cool, so the loading has started. Bit of main panel lights here as well. And then we'll start setting up the FMC. As I said, it's going to be a very short flight, so but the steps usually are obviously the same. Alright.
Your
So
crew has
positive.
boarded. Passengers
So
boarding
Kilo
starting.
Bravo, November Alpha. It's a reference airport. I'm not sure what's the gate that we parked at, so let's just check here. It says here gate number 4. So let's go ahead and give that a shot. And that is not in the database. So check over here. Alpha 2. And that is recognized. So that's our position, so route. Just first clear this out. We request it. This will be ours. So reserve fuel 2.2, block fuel 5.2. That seems about correct for a short flight like this. Let's just nonetheless double check. We have cost index 48. Average wind 246.031. 290. And then our fuel will be block fuel 5.2 and 2.2 for the final reserves. So 5.2 and 2.2. So that's okay. We can set the payload, set the fuel, select the route. So that route's now loading in. So we're cleared the KRSTA 3 departure. No, I don't think it's specified the runway. So we have 8 is 135.1. Let's just start that up. Oh, there's also delivery now. That's pretty cool. Cool. So we have ATIS, we have delivery, we have ground, and we have tower right here at Nashville. That's pretty sweet. 135.1. Let's start with that.
Welcome on board.
135, and I think we can go through to reach 1. That is very fortunate. Look at that.
Ceiling 25,000 broken. Temperature 32. 2.19er. Altimeter 3004. Simultaneous ILS approaches runway 20 right and runway 20 left in use. Simultaneous departures runway 20 right and runway 20 center. RMP approaches available upon request. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. Use extreme caution. The terminal ramp is uncontrolled. Contact ground control when ready to taxi. Advise on initial contact. You'll have information Bravo.
Okay, so this is information
Nashville
Bravo.
International Airport ATIS information Bravo 1953 Zulu. Wind variable at 5. Visibility 10. 5,000 scattered tower and cumulus. Ceiling
We should have more time on the
25,000
weather.
broken. Temperature 32.
Time like weather, okay.
2.19er. Altimeter 3004. Simultaneous ILS approaches runway 20 right and runway 20 left in use. Simultaneous departures
Which is
runway
pretty
20
far.
right and runway 20 center. RMP approaches available upon request. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. Use extreme caution. The terminal ramp is uncontrolled. Contact ground control when ready to taxi. Advise
Flight
on
plan's a
initial
little short.
contact. You'll have information Bravo.
So
Nashville
KRSTA 3,
International Airport
KRSTA, and then direct
ATIS
to
information
Indianapolis.
Bravo 1953
20
Zulu.
center.
Wind variable at 5. Visibility 10. 5,000 scattered tower and cumulus. Ceiling 25,000 broken. Temperature 32. 2.19er. Altimeter 3004. Simultaneous ILS approaches runway 20 right and runway 20 left in use. Simultaneous departures runway 20 right and runway 20 center. RMP approaches available upon request. Bird activity in vicinity of airport. Use extreme caution. The terminal ramp is uncontrolled. Contact ground control when ready to taxi. Advise on initial contact. You'll have information Bravo. Nashville International Airport ATIS.
Right, that's enough of the ATIS for now. Let's check the delivery. That will be 126.05.
Hello?
126.050. That will be delivery.
May I see your boarding pass? Welcome on board.
But after takeoff, it looks like we'll be getting vectors until they maybe clear us direct to Sierra, KRSTA, Bird, Packer. So I guess since it's such a short flight, it's probably a good idea to just set everything up right now. So if we assume we're going to get 2-3 left, let's pull up the chart for that one. Approach 2-3 left, ILS, let's go for the category 2. And this is showing us our final approach. So there we have Larry, B-Bird, Packer. B-Bird, I do not think we have Larry in there. Next we have Bluebird and Packer.
Hello.
So we might just get vectored there by ATC.
Hello.
And I guess it would be nice to set some rangerings as well, because as I said, it's going to be a very short flight. 111.15, that's of the frequency.
Boarding pass, please.
111.15. Just to quickly reconfirm, 111.15, 230 degrees.
May I see your boarding pass?
I guess I realized you don't set the course for your landing runway just yet. You will set the course actually for the departing runway, or the landing runway basically for the airport that you're taking off from in case you need to come back. The 230 has been set. Now the cloud slope will start at 2,600 feet. The airport elevation is relatively high, it's 800 feet.
Welcome on board.
And the glide slope will start IFCJ 5.4 nautical miles. And that will be 230. Let's just find the reciprocal here, 230.
Good afternoon.
And what did we have? 23 left.
Hello.
2050. Runway, you copy it to get it in there. Go to your fixed page. And I will say radio 050. And it was 5 point something. Hey, welcome back, man. 050. Hope you're doing well. 050 and the, let's see, we should be actually at discharge. 5.4, so 5.4. We're flying in the United States today. We'll be flying from Nashville to Indianapolis. I'm happy to see you too, man. Welcome aboard. 050 5.4, and let's also do 050 at 15 nautical miles. So just we get a little bit of reference, so we're flying.
Good afternoon.
We should be able to see this on the flight plan. Go to the legs page. Let's actually pull up the navigational display right here. So step. There you go. So at Packer is the glide slope. Flight 2 on VATSIM, Turkey. Istanbul. Oh, nice. You're flying from the new airport, Istanbul airport, to Antalya. Cool. Happy landings, as they say. And how far are you into the flight? So this is where the glide slope will start. Passengers have boarded. And then 50 nautical miles before that, we'll have this little rangeing, so that's pretty fine. So I think we can put this display back. Where is it? Engine. Wait. Norm. And then engine. And I think we click it twice to get this here. Okay. Cool. So that bit is getting ready as well. So performance initialization. So we had 5.3 or 5.2, we can say 5.3, and then 2.2 on our reserve fuel. And cruising altitude was 290, and the cost index, I forgot, and the wind 246, that's 031. 246031, cost index 48. The cost index 48. 246 at 031. That will be our cruise wind. Transition level is 18,000 feet in the United States. We can execute this. 60 minutes after we will land on LTAI. Okay, so you're very close. the N1 limit. We go to the performance tool, import from OFP doesn't do check this. Are departing runway 20 center. The runway condition, I think that will be dry. Can we, yeah, that will be dry. Import from aircraft, import weather 3004, calculate. So take off the rating at 50 degrees. .7, and here it's saying 88. We'll take it. Trim 6.37, flaps 1, acceleration height 1500, P1 127, BR 128, B2 133. So flaps 1, 6.38, runway remaining 78, no 79. 127, 128, 133. Alright, so that concludes the setup of our FMC. The aircraft has also fixed its position with the IRS system. Turn on traffic, and then we can turn on our localizers. Or maybe first we turn on yaw damper. Let's also now turn on the fuel pumps and start our APU. Wait a couple of seconds. Now the airport elevation where we are at is 500, let's say 600 feet. And we'll be cruising 290. I need to go to sleep. Turkey time was 12. Too late. Oh yes, you got to get some solid sec time, man. You need to recharge so you can do everything tomorrow again. Okay, we can turn on the seatbelt side. And the APU is about ready, so let's turn on the APU bleed, and we'll also turn on the APU generator. There you go. Ground power disconnect. Electricity. And then we're pretty good. Hey, good night, man. Have a very good night. Thanks for saying hi. What are we doing? I get so easily distracted sometimes. It is amazing. Alright, so the flight directors can go on. Flight director 1, flight director 2. The auto thrust can be armed as well. And LNAV and VNAV. So those are on. So initial altitude was 4,000 feet, they said. So let's just do that. And maybe we'll just check in with delivery to see if the information that we have is all okay, just to confirm. TCAS is still off, and we can trim 6.38, basically 6.3. As you can see, it's a very basic system. But it is very precise, but there's just simply no real readout, is there? That's been set as well. And let's see, boarding has been completed. The jetway is still connected. Let me see the stations online. So we have, let's first double check the 80s again. There's still information Bravo. 3004. The runways 20 right, 20 center. So that's all still the same. And then we have delivery 126.050. We should be on that now. 126.050. There's not a lot happening there. And otherwise, are we set up correctly? I think so. Later, man. Goodbye, Aga. Thank you so much for saying hi. And you have a very good night, man. See you next time. Take care. And let me just say, good night. Alright. Alright. Let's get things going. Electricity, yes, that's correct. So we are on the APU. And I think we should just now confirm with delivery. So we have squawk 0766, we got the KRSTA 3, initial altitude 4,000 feet, and then expect 290 in 5 minutes. So then I'm not really sure what it means when they say, let's see, maintain 4,000 feet, expect 290. Let's have a look at our flight plan. And now the plan page could be very useful. So there is Sierra, so we're taking off into this direction. And that's basically vectors, okay. I do want to see now the departure as well. So I guess we're getting vectors after the departure, that's what it looks like. And they will just vector us to Sierra, or maybe give us a direct, or initially vector us and then give us a direct. What's saying here, climb heading 201, or as assigned A to C heading. So 201 degrees. That is very likely our runway heading as well. Just double check, and then we'll put that in the heading box. Airport information. Probably 201. Let's just put that in the heading box here, 201. And then maybe just start out with heading select, I guess. So speed 250 knots. I must admit I'm rushing this quite a bit. I was very spontaneous, had some other things to do earlier. But here we are. Alright, so let me now check the pilot, we have delivery, and then after that is ground. I guess we could just maybe go straight to ground, or are we actually going to confirm something with delivery? We got our clearance, 4,000 feet. So that will be ground 121.9, and then tower 118.6. So let's put in 121.9. So 121.9 will be ground. And then tower 118.6. We're parked at, what was this sucker called? To Alpha 2. And one final check for the ATIS. Information Bravo, still active, 3004. Callsign Southwest 812. In the United States, they might say Southwest 812. It's a habit that they have there. So Southwest 812, and we're contacting ground for push and start. And we are parked at Alpha 2. And we have information Bravo. So just noting this down, just to help my brain around a little bit, so it goes a little bit more smoothly. Nashville ground Southwest 812, stand Alpha 2, information Bravo, request push and start.
Southwest 812, Nashville ground, push at your discretion, contact me at this frequency when you're ready for taxi. You can expect runway 20 center for departure.
At on discretion and expect 20 set for departure. I did not copy the rest, sorry.
That was all.
Nashville ground, Southwest 10.
That was confusing.
Information, Bravo on board. Request taxi to runway 20 center. We're on taxi line at Yankee 1.
Southwest 1052, Nashville ground, thanks Bravo, runway 20 center. Taxi via Tango 4, Sierra 7, cross runway 31 at Tango 4.
Oh, let's release the ground power.
1052, we're cleared to, correction, we'll taxi to runway 20 center via Tango 4, cross runway 13 at Tango 4, Sierra 7, runway 20 center.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Let's set our parking brakes. So just this airstairs need to go.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
There it goes. Alright, so we can push back at our own discretion. That's cool. So let's see where the hell we are. I totally did not have a look. We have 20 center. This is 20 right. 20 centers right there. Okay, so I think we can expect to push back facing south, Yankee 4. So we'll probably Yankee 4, Yankee. Tango 4, no, let's see. Yes, Tango 4. And it will take us to holding point Sierra 6. So for us that is nose to the right.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Engine number 2. Got some slurpy fuel for the plane. So that's looking good. Engine number 1. And fuel's shooting up. got it, partner.
Southwest 1052, you contact tower
Confirmation for a good engine start.
118.6 for Southwest 1052. Thanks for the service. Have a good day.
You go.
Confirm good engine start.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
So turn on the main generators and can turn off the APU. Turn on the packs for taxiing. We do still have a real damper on.
Unlocking gear.
So basically, we're taking off runway heading, and then we should expect vectors. So we maintain 4,000 feet, and then I think we can then expect vectors. Let me quickly see the other channels. So we have, we're currently on ground, and then will be tower, and then after that will be, there's no departure
Left is
frequency.
clear. Right is clear.
Alright, so we're done here. Alright, thank you, Martin. He's going to show it us again. Very nice, thank you, sir. Cool. Runway turn off lights and taxi lights. And just stand by 1 second, get some weird message on my pilot, but it's, I can ignore that. Okay, that's cool. So taxi wise, I think we can expect Yankee 4, Yankee, Tango 4, cross runway 31. And Sierra 7 or Sierra 6. Nashville ground, Southwest 812 will request taxi to 20 Center, information Bravo.
Southwest 812 Nashville ground runway 20 center. Taxi via Tango 4, Sierra 7, cross runway 31 at Tango 4.
Stand by 1 moment, please. I have to turn this guy's sound up, man. So Yankee, Tango 4. Nashville ground. Okay, so that's Yankee, Tango 4 to Sierra 7, runway, cross runway 31 at Tango 4, Southwest 812. So basically get out of here, turn left immediately, get on the Yankee, first to the right. Alright, let's do this. Brakes, auto brake go to RTL, flaps 1, and then wants us to verify the takeoff speeds. So 127, 128, 133. Alright, so if everybody's ready, I suggest we get going. Parking brakes released. looks like there's a there's a AI aircraft right in front of us. Let's just drive through. I know it's horrible, but what can we do? Maybe for these online flights I should probably turn off the Airsoft simple traffic tool. So look away, it's going to hurt. We're now inside the airplane's ass. I mean, that's a sentence that's probably not spoken out loud very often. So there's definitely some positive side to that. Okay, so we're at Yankee. We're taking first to the right. So what's interesting, try to confirm with the controller, and he did not really reconfirm. The terrain to the right of us looks absolutely dangerous. I mean, sometimes in Flight Simulator there's these airports and they have like these big seams or like 30 centimeters or something. They can just wreck your brain. Your plane, no, not your brain. And I remember I've had it one occasion. I was taking off from some runway, some airport, I believe it was in the United States. Oops, see, this is an example of what I mean. There's right here, there's a big seam, but this is not too bad. But during takeoff, look at that. It's insane, man. And then during takeoff, the plane crashed because it collided with an object, and I was like, what the hell did it collide with? Was there a deer on the runway or a moose? So carry on to cross the runway 31 at Tango 4. And Sierra 7. So that will be the second to our right. There it is. Here's our holding point.
Southwest 812, contact tower 118.6 here.
Tower 118.6, that's Alpha 72, thank you. Cabin crew, take your seat for takeoff. Well, let's contact tower 118.6. Nashville Tower, Southwest 812, holding short runway 20 center, request takeoff.
Southwest 812, Aaron Road, fly runway heading, or keep your center clear for pitch.
Runway heading, Clear for takeoff 20 Santos, please confirm. Okay, sound quality is really poor on these guys today. I don't know what it is. Alright, landing lights on. Position strobe steady. Let's turn on the TCAS. I think everything's set up, so we'll just do a rolling takeoff and get out of here and get ourselves to Indianapolis. So start the timer, 50% and 1. And takeoff thrust. Well, let's get this baby going.
Airspeed alive. Getting knots. Deglitting. E2.
Positive right.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. So let's turn on the autopilot for now. And let me just turn up the HC sound for a little bit. Let's have a look outside. Not for too long, because I do want to keep checking inside here. Can turn this one off, turn on outer packs. Normally turn off lights can come off if they want to, fucking hell man. Sorry for that. Taxi lights still.
National Tower, Walker 5101, we have Bravo, runway 20.
FedEx 12, frequency change approved. Last conversation taken.
Tower, Walker 5101, information Bravo, we're on the ILS 205.
5110, Nashville Tower, low, 20 left, clear.
Clear left, clear line, 5101.
Oh shit, we're not holding. Autopilot off. Flaps up. I was screwed up a little bit there. I thought it would really hold altitude at 4,000 feet. Tower, Southwest H12, we overshot 4,000 feet, we're currently at 5,200, my apologies.
Who was calling?
This is Southwest 812, we overshot our altitude, we're now 5,200 feet.
Negative, sir. You did not. That's not my airspace. I told you frequency change approved earlier.
Please repeat, I did not copy, sir.
Yeah, frequency change approved.
You got it. You did not, all saying 5,000 feet. Not sure what's going on. Let's turn on VNAV. And it does not want to turn on VNAV. So this is going horribly wrong. Let's first just fly the runway heading again. So let's go. Flight level 290. VNAV is now on.
Bank angle.
Oh my god, man. Okay, CMD. Let's go direct to Sierra.
Yes, I'm good afternoon, Delta 845 formation drive on board request push and start.
The 845, did they confirm you had, confirm you got information Bravo on board?
Affirmative, there's on board, so that's 845.
Negative, sir. Then you do not have information Bravo on board. Since you're calling for push and start, the ramp is uncontrolled. It says that on status. Call for taxi, expect 20 center.
Ticket for Delta 845?
Confirm. You do not have Bravo if you're calling.
Right, we're going on Unicom. Just get out of here. So what happened here was interesting. Now I'll have to review. We set 4,000 feet in the window there. Well, and we were at heading mode, and it did not hold at 4,000 for some reason. Maybe because VNAV was on, I don't know. Maybe we should have, yeah, I'll have to look into that. Maybe we should have done level change, I'm not really sure. But at least we are now on our way to intercepting the course to Sierra. 10,000 feet, let's turn off the landing lights. This one. People sign can come off too. So there's the top of climb, and after KRSTA there is nothing. Let's see, is Indianapolis still online? Yes, they are. Okay, that's cool. So I'm going to be a little bit of a bad boy. I have to step away for like 1 minute. So I'll be right back. I'll leave you guys with the outside view here. And I'll be back very quickly. Alright, we're back. And we were not called by any station, so that's also good. Let's get back inside. Transition altitude. So we're still climbing. So what if after KRSTA we do not get, I think we should just hook them up. I'm going to do that with birds. There you go. Now do we have a top of descent? 2122. That's around 15 minutes.
Traffic. Traffic.
No, what if I don't want your traffic? What then what? That's shooting past us. So here at top of climb, top of descent, that's a very short distance. So it looks like the overlay appears to be working. And now I'd like to have a look at the other stations. Let's see the VATSIM. And Indianapolis just came offline. Alright. This is how it is. No Indianapolis. We'll just do our own thing. Okay, so KRSTA and B-Bird and Packer. After KRSTA to B-Bird, let's see if there is another waypoint we could add ourselves. We could answer Larry. So let's do that. Larry with double L and 1 R. So before B-Bird will become Larry. So then we're flying to KRSTA, and let's zoom in on this. Larry Beaver, that doesn't really work. 050. So let's say Larry towards 090, duration of let's say 20 miles. And that comes for Larry. So we should actually write down. Is this going to work? I might be totally molesting this. Let's see. Yeah, I like that. I guess that could work. It was a bit far, but let's do that. So execute, and then after that comes the normal Larry. So now we'll have this as a rule for us. Back to map. Zoom out. At the top of the set. Yeah, that should work a little bit better, I guess. I mean, there is no way to see anymore at Indianapolis, unfortunately. So then this is what we'll do. So cruising altitude now. So top of descent. Let's actually get the top of descent on this FMC. 120 nautical miles, 21:25. It's in about 15 minutes. So it's interesting, right? The moment you start flying online, yeah, the things are never as you expect them. At least in my experience. And so it's a very, very, like steep learning curve, if you will. Like for instance, we're telling this guy, hey man, I apologize, we shot over our altitude of 4,000 feet, we're now at 5,000. And this guy says, no you're not. And I'm thinking, well, I think I am. I don't know, there's some interesting things. But that's why it's, yeah, it's an interesting challenge to do, you know. And, yeah, just get the hang of it when we do it more and more. So let's see the decision altitude. 105 radio altitude. Well, it's 105 radio altitude set as well. And then for the weather, electronic flight bag, and here and arrival weather. Few clouds, the 2207 knots, and QNH the 2207 knots. 10 statute miles visibility, few clouds at 4,500 feet, overcast at flight level 230, 28 degrees, 3005. So 3005 on both sides. Double descent, come a copper right there. So the after takeoff checklist we did not do, but engine bleeds are on, packs we put them on auto ourselves, landing gear is up and not off. A little bit late. And then the flaps are up and no lights. So then we'll get the descent checklist. Pressurization should be landing altitude. I believe it was 600 feet. 800 feet. We'll be actually landing 23 left. It is 800 feet. So 800 feet is set. Recall, nothing going on. Auto brake. So let's see, 10,000 feet, that's a little long, but that's okay. And then we'll probably vacate to the right. Up, so let's see, so touch on zone will be around there, I guess. We'll probably take Charlie 7. So let's do auto brake, just auto brake 2 and get this over with. So auto brake 2. landing date of VRAF and minimum, so we should have 111.15230 degrees. Just to double check. I guess it's a good habit to be little OCD. 111.15230. 111.15230. So that's confirmed. And the VRAF speed, so we have the minimums 105. The VRAF speed currently would be 126 knots. Let's just go ahead and enter that, but at least we have something. We might burn a little bit more fuel, but not a lot. Expected to land 2.8 kilograms of fuel, 2.8 thousand kilograms of fuel. We are now at 3.5, so it's probably going to go down at least by 1 knot, but I'm not expecting very much. So we have the local weather, or at least the local barometric pressure, 3005. We have a ref speed, 126, which at 5 will be 131. We should be able to see that on our legs page, 131 right there, at both takeoff and at runway 23 left. Then we have the ILS frequency and the final approach course, and already altitude for the decision height. So that would basically check the checklist. Approach briefing basically been completed as well, but we'll look at this in a little bit before we actually start descending, which is in about 10 minutes or something. So for the descent, the glide slope starts at 2,600. So I'll just dial in 2,600 here in the window. And this will ensure, since we are in VNAV, or at least we're requesting VNAV here, we should confirm here, VNAV path, LNAV, FNC speed, CMD on, that means the autopilot's on. Yeah, so the moment we fly over T/D, that you can see here on the navigational display, then the aircraft will start going nose down and descend and hold at 2,600 feet. But by that time we have turned on the localizer and everything, and we'll be landing. But at least that's the idea. That's enough in-flight entertainment. Come back to the flight deck, see what's going on up here. Double descent coming closer. 22 miles, 21, 25, in 2 minutes. So Indianapolis still not online. It's a shame they were online when we started out. But, you know, I don't go and sit down and study like what will be that hours. It might be nice to do actually for one day to like plan something, you know. But I must say I like the spontaneous approach a lot. Right, so on our way to LLA01. That's the custom waypoint we created there. Just to give it a little bit more room for everything. Since there's no way to see available, we will not be able to get factors. We could do it ourselves, but I'm lazy. And actually I'm not, because it's nice to program these things in, you know, it's cool to do. Especially when you see that working, and yeah. I'm liking it. Here's our top of descent, look at that. We're getting the vertical deviation indicator here. We're a little bit high, I think. Oh, low. Low I can handle. Low I can handle. You know what I mean. Then, progress page 2145. So it's in about 20 minutes. I suggest we just go ahead and strap in our passengers now. Let's get the latest weather. To 07 knots. We still have 3005. There's a few clouds. Overcast is high. 28 degrees. And the wind was also not too crazy. No. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We have started our descent into the Indianapolis airport. Please return to your seats. Make sure your seatbelts are securely fastened. We expect to arrive at our destination in approximately 20 minutes. The local temperature at Indianapolis airport will be 28 degrees centigrade. There will be a little bit of clouds. But other than that, it's not too windy and we're expecting a very smooth touchdown. On behalf of Southwest Airlines and the entire crew, thank you for your attention and thank you for flying with us today. Alright, so we got that a little bit out of the way there. Now we just keep on descending. We're now getting a little bit high on the profile, so let's deploy the speed brakes. Or I guess you extend them. I'm not really sure if you say deploy. I don't know. It is semantics. You say potato, I say tomato. Well, the drag is definitely needed here. As you can see, the vertical deviation is decreasing. And even with our speed brakes extended, we're still, look at that, we're still a little bit on the high side here. So 18,000 feet coming up. So we will then switch over to 3005, see if there's a weather update. 3005 it remains. I do want to see now, we have 3.1 fuel, 2.8 expected, so are we down? Still 126 knots, but this may change a little bit, but it's not going to change a lot. And let's go to the legs page. So local pressure now. That's bringing us again a little bit high, but our speed brakes are still out. There we are. You also get a reminder here that these speed brakes are armed. And it's the same button that you get when you actually arm the speed brakes, like the ground spoilers. You'll get that same message. For now, we'll keep the speed brakes out for a little bit longer, since the aircraft appears to be struggling with its descent. feet, we can start our APU if you want. I'll do that. So that means approach checklist complete as well, and finally we have the landing checklist, which means engine start switches to continuous relight, speed brake armed, landing gear down, flaps down, and green light. We're now super high, all of a sudden there's a huge difference. But that is slowly changing, or rapidly changing even, look at that. So it's good, because we should be speed below 250 knots once we are below 10,000 feet, and at 2,200 feet descent rate, well, oh, there goes up a bit, look at that. That's a lot better. Speed wants to go down. I'm thinking the speed brakes will definitely help us out here. Speed should be 240 knots and 8 miles. The airplane, I think, really wants to be at below 250 knots, below 10,000 feet. So maybe that's why it's decreasing its descent rate. We're now actually a little bit below the profile. I will now retract the speed brakes. Yeah, so maybe this was happening because we have a tailwind. It's not very much, 9 knots at our altitude, but that could maybe be a reason that we're being blown forward a little bit faster. And therefore, yeah, it's a lot easier to end up a little bit higher, you know. Standing by for a left turn now, towards Larry. So left turn, 10,000 feet, let's turn on the landing lights. I'm going to put the engine start switches to continuous relight. So Larry, speed should be 221 at 4,300 feet. We do not have DME on the localizer yet. Speed wants to go up a little bit here, so let's extend the speed brakes. See if there's a weather update, maybe 2207 knots. So the wind's looking good. As you can see, we're a little bit high. We have DME. Let's see if we can turn on the localizer. No, we cannot. Is this the correct one? Let's see. Oh, there it goes. 111.15, and that is no DME. So there was some other stations it was picking up. Speed brakes are still out. Let's see if we can retract them now without breaking anything. Now let's check our INTRAF speed, the INTRAF page for the approach speed. That is still 126 knots at 40 degrees of flaps. Larry is still 10 miles out. We have no DME on the runway. We have India Foxtrot Victor Juliet. India Foxtrot Victor Juliet. We can see that right here. Alright, cool. So any moment now, I'm expecting the DME to start displaying some values there. It means we're picking up the localizer. And see now, as for actually yesterday, we did not get the radio output down here, but we got it actually up here. And that's something you can set in the settings menu. I'm not going to bother with it right now. If we don't see it here, it will look there, but it was actually there. Right, there's our localizer coming alive at 18 miles. We can arm the localizer, that is now armed. It's just not intercepted yet. Let's see if Sky Dolly is still recording. Yes. It pretty much recorded the entire flight. $15 miles. That's, you can see here as well, the range link is precisely 50 miles from the runway. So that's our airport right there. So the localizer will capture shortly. We'll probably first take a left turn from Larry to B-Bird. We're below the glide slope here, so that's also good. Speed at Larry should be 212, or slightly high speed. Localizer capture. Let's turn on the runway turn-off lights and the taxi lights. Indianapolis traffic intercepted, localizer runway 23 left, Indianapolis traffic. Let's arm our approach and we'll wait for glide slope intercept. Glide slope. So now we arm the ground spoilers with speed brakes. I'm gonna go flaps 1. It's a runway right there. Let's see if we can go flaps 2 without breaking anything. We may need to have a little bit of speed brakes out here.
2500.
Our range is now 7 nautical miles. .4, let's drop the gear and get some more drag. Cabin crew, take your seats for landing. Okay, speed brakes in and armed. 4 miles. So flaps 5 now. It's slightly fully established here, so 131. Flaps full. Hope we're not pushing it.
Airspeed full. Airspeed full.
That doesn't sound very nice, does it? Alright, so 500 feet, let's now turn off the autopilot. That's our runway.
Seat rate.
What? Yeah.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue.
50. 30.
Idle.
20.
We're flat.
10.
I think we're down. Full reverse. Welcome to Indianapolis. Engines idle, flaps up, speed brake in. No exit here. That wasn't the greatest landing. Never quite there. But we'll take it. We'll stop. Parking brake step. And look outside. Whoa. Well, here we are. It looks like we're in one piece. Have a little Shelby airplane, 737-600, Southwest Airlines delivery. Yeah, so it was an interesting landing. Maybe a little bit overcompensation there, and that actually resulted in making a unstable situation a little bit more unstable. Should have just settled for a landing a little bit to the right of the central line. But here we are nonetheless. It was an interesting experience. I would like to thank you very much for checking. Again, see you sometime soon, man. And everybody else, thank you very much for checking. It's totally appreciated. And I will see you all at the next video. Have a very good day. Bye-bye.